welcome to my kitchen. I'm Denise with Cooking with Denise, and Happy New Year. I'm hoping you're moving into 2024 in a healthy, happy way. I am, and that's why today I am showing you how to make a very healthy dinner. I'm going to Mediterranean style tonight, and I'm going to show you how to make a Mediterranean shrimp. I have never made this before, but I'm doing my usual. I use mostly fresh ingredients. I'll be using wild shrimp. Everything is as fresh as I can get it. Some of my spices are in jars, and my tomatoes are in cans. But otherwise, I try to make everything from scratch. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with 1 pound of shrimp that we have deveined and peeled, and I'm using what was called medium to large shrimp. It was 20 to 21 count. And then what we want to do is put a little pepper on, a little salt, some dill weed, just a touch of crushed pepper or a bit of cayenne, and some oregano. And let's put, let's put some garlic in, minced garlic. We have a total of 6 cloves of garlic, and we're just putting about 1/3 of them in here. Now let's spray this with oil. And that's olive oil, by the way. And then let's mix these up. And we're just going to let those marinate while we get the rest of the meal ready. All right. Now what we want to do is get a heavy skillet, get some olive oil, and let's put about a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half of olive oil in. You want to have chopped up 1 medium red onion, and so let's put that in. Now let's cook that onion until it becomes slightly tender. Now these have softened up nicely, so I'm going to go on and add my garlic. And again, I've got 6 cloves of garlic that I minced. I used some of it in the marinade for our shrimp. It's going to be tasty with all that garlic. Let's let that release its flavors. It'll take about 1 minute. It's all about flavor. Actually, I'm going to correct myself and say let's cook that garlic for about 30 seconds. You base yours on how quickly it's turning. You don't want it to get brown. Now take 2 14 and a half ounce can of chopped tomatoes, and hold back the juices on one of the can. We don't want too much juice, but put all of the tomatoes in. I left some in the can back there. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to want the rest of this. Let's add the juice of a half a lemon. I've got whole lemon juice here. Just going to put half of it in. I was going to save the other half for later. Now let's add about a half a teaspoon of salt, about 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, freshly ground, about a half a teaspoon of that dill weed, and about a teaspoon of oregano. And I'm measuring like I usually do. Let's let that boil and those tomatoes cook down some. Allow the spices and herbs flavoring to get in. Now this is really a pretty easy recipe. The hardest part is cutting up your ingredients. Now if you're not such a stickler for doing everything fresh, you can always use the dried onion powder, garlic powder those different types of spices in. There's a little less work, but it's not going to be as good, I guarantee you. I got my shrimp fresh from the seafood market, and it's Gulf shrimp. I'm down here in Florida right now, so I got fresh Gulf shrimp. Now what we want to do is take our shrimp that's been marinating and add it to these tomatoes, or to this sauce, I should call it. Add it to this sauce. We'll tuck them down into the sauce so they cook. And we want to cook them for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of your shrimp. The way you can tell if they're cooked thoroughly is if they start to curl. That's looking good. And let's reduce that heat to a simmer and let those continue to cook. Now my shrimp are starting to look cooked thoroughly. They're white and they're curling, and it's been about 5 to 6 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, 2 ounces of feta, 6 Greek olives, Kalmato olives that have been chopped. They're pitted and chopped. About 2 tablespoons of chopped mint leaves. And let's stir this in. That looks good. I'm going to remove this from the heat and serve it up. Okay, our Mediterranean shrimp is finished. And I'm serving it 2 different ways. One is for me with quinoa, and then the other is for my partner with spaghetti. And that lets you see options you have in serving your Mediterranean shrimp. Now, let's go on and give this a taste. Since I've never had this before, I would like to see how this tastes. So let's start getting a little bit of this. I see mint and tomatoes and the quinoa. Okay, I like that. Very tomatoey, but I do taste the mint in it, which just gives an amazing flavor. I didn't taste the feta. Let's put that with the shrimp. Here we go. Yes, the shrimp are perfectly cooked. The feta is great with the shrimp. That's a great mixture. I had never cooked with these mixtures before, so it's all new to me, but the flavors come together very well. I can taste the garlic, which I want to taste. I feel like I need a little bit more salt, and I'm going to put a little bit more cayenne on mine. But otherwise, this is perfect. You need to give this recipe a try. If you like this video, be sure and tell me with a like. Leave comments or questions below, and please subscribe. I really appreciate all of my followers, and I hope you come back again for future videos. Bye now.